Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the team of the week that came out February 17th. We're going to do a quick overview of the entire lineup, and then we're going to go over some players in depth. It's about 7 or 8 players we're going to go over a little bit in depth here. Let's get into it. Getting into the overview of this lineup, we have Brayden Point on the first line left wing, 91 overall. Then the centerman is Ryan O'Reilly, and Cam Atkinson's the right winger. On the second line, we have Rupee Hintz at the right wing, Dustin Brown as the second line center, and then we have Brady Tkachuk, who was obviously the featured player or card for this team of the week team on the second line left wing. I'm not sure why Rupee Hintz is the center over Dustin Brown. Doesn't make any sense to me, but EA does weird things for these team of the weeks every week. Then we have Chandler Stevenson as center for the third line, which makes sense. He's actually a third line center in real life for the Vegas Knights. And then we have Evgeny Dodonov on the third line right wing and Andre Palat on the third left wing. For the fourth line, we have Daniel Czar, Carter Camper, and Josh Kessner. I will say that Camper is going to be somebody we do review. This card's very interesting to me, playing in the Swedish Hockey League. For defense, the first pair, we have Doughty and Falk. Second pair, we have Jakob Chechern and Dante Fabro. The third defensive pair, we have Jeremy Langlos and Santiri Alatolo. For the goaltenders, we have Mike Smith and Patrick Bartasak. I don't think either of these goaltenders are really worth it that much. If you do need like one spark, Mike Smith might be worth it. He is a big goalie at 6'4". So this is your first time watching a Team of the Week video from me. Typically, when I do in-depth reviews, I give them Chewy ratings. I rate them 1 through 5 Chewies. For the Team of the Week, I don't do that. I kind of just let you know whether the card's worth picking up and kind of how it could fit in a lineup. There's just some cards that really aren't worth picking up ever because they're just way too slow. Or like guys that are 90 overall or 91 overall, like are they really worth getting? This video is more of a yay or nay. Like, is this card good or is this card not good? We're going to go over about 8 cards in this video of whether or not they're worth picking up or not picking up, especially based on their price in the market. Brayden Point, 5'10", 183 pounds. He's right-handed shooting. He has 1 point for passing playmaker and 1 point for magician. The passing playmaker gives you slapshot accuracy, passing, and stick checking. The magician is going to give you agility, deking, puck control. Honestly, I think this Brayden Point's pretty good. I'm sure he's going to be relatively too pricey for a 91 overall. He has the good skating at 89 speed, 91 acceleration, 96 agility. Amazing shot with the 92 slap shot power, wrist shot power, as well as 95 wrist shot accuracy, 94 slap shot accuracy. Great hands, 93 plus across the board. Has good defensive awareness and stick checking. He doesn't have good faceoffs though for a centerman. He has only 82 faceoffs. The rest of the card's pretty amazing. Body checking's a little bit low at 83. This Brayden Point, if you really are a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, then by all means pick him up. I think at the 91 overall, his price point's going to be a little bit high, but he's a yay for me in the sense of he's a very good card. This is one of the best Team of the Week cards they've come out with so far. His synergies are not the best, but hey, Magician and Passing Playmaker aren't terrible. They're just average player synergies. If you would have something like Howitzer or Speedster, this guy would be like a must-have, but he doesn't have those. I would give him a look. If you do pack him, kind of decide whether you want to get a couple 100,000 coins or you want to have a 91 overall nasty right-handed card. It's really up to you. I'm going to give this guy a thumbs up though because I think he is a very good card. Ryan O'Reilly is one of the best centermen in the game every year when it comes to winning faceoffs. As you can see from this card, he has 97 faceoffs. He has 95 stick checking, 95 defense awareness. However, he has that big 9-0 on his card, as in 90 overall, and I think he's going to be overpriced for what you're getting, especially for a guy that's only 84 speed and 84 acceleration. And that's my biggest issue with these Ryan O'Reilly cards. They're always just way too slow. It doesn't matter what his synergies are until he gets up to like 95 or 96 overall. He's just not going to be fast enough, and at that point, the rest of his attributes are going to be maxed. And then you could just get a different card anyway because everybody else's faceoffs will be pretty equal to Ryan O'Reilly's because his faceoffs can only go up 2 more points to get the max, and that he'll be a 92 overall, and he'll still only be 85 speed. So it's just the skating that does it for me with this Ryan O'Reilly. I think he's going to be too expensive, even with the rest of his attributes being great. I would avoid this card. He's just too slow for me. If you do pack him and you say, well, I really want to have him, he has good faceoffs, put him on your fourth line, put him on your third line, use him to penalty kill, use him to win faceoffs when you need him in big spots to win faceoffs because his faceoff rating is a 97. But other than that, the rest of the card is pretty good. Hands, shooting's good. It's just his skating's so bad. This Cam Atkinson is actually one of the most surprising cards out of all the cards that you could possibly get. He's 5'8", 176 pounds. He's right-handed shooting, and he's actually a very good skater with an above-average shot above average hands. The defense and checking categories are a little bit low, but 88 stick checking with 86 defense awareness and 91 discipline isn't that bad. He's a sniper, so he's not going to be a big body checker. Most of those guys aren't. Like, look at Artemi Panarin. He's not over there crushing guys with his body checking, but he does have good stick checking as well, and that's kind of what I'm going to compare this Cam Atkinson to. He reminds me of a poor man's Artemi Panarin. He's going to cost a lot less than Artemi Panarin will, but I think his attributes are actually very good for the price you're probably going to have to pay for him. Although Gladiator really doesn't help this card that much with giving you body checking strength, slap shot power, and defense awareness. That's not the player synergy you're looking for when you have a Cam Atkinson type of card. Then the passing playmaker, though, does have passing, slap shot accuracy, and stick checking, so he does get a little bit better on the defensive end with his player synergies, but you're looking for them to add stuff to his shot or his hands or his skating, not to his defense. So that's kind of a letdown, but I am going to give this Cam Atkinson a thumbs up because I do think he's going to be a nasty budget card for the attributes he has. I don't think his synergies are that great, though. Brady Tkachuk is one of the up-and-coming power forwards in the NHL. He plays for Ottawa Senators. He's 6'4", 212 pounds. He's left-handed shooting, and he plays just like his dad. Gritty, scores goals, hits people, gets up in people's faces. The ultimate tough guy. He has Light the Lamp and Workhorse, which are actually really good synergies. The Workhorse helps him with the acceleration, balance, endurance, and durability. He doesn't really need much help in balance and endurance, but acceleration is definitely a big plus. That means with Workhorse and Spark, you can get up to 91 acceleration, but only 87 speed with Distributor. His shot's good for a power forward, 92 wrist shot and slap shot power, 91 wrist shot accuracy, 90 slap shot accuracy. His hands are 90 across the board with 89 deking, not too bad for a big man. The defensive and checking categories are where you want them. The key categories are 90 plus, so I do like those things about Brady Tkachuk. The problem is he's just too slow for me. You have to make sure that you have Workhorse to really make him usable, which, okay, he is a Workhorse plug, but at 90 overall, he's going to be expensive. And at that price, I'm going to have to give him a thumbs down because I just don't think he's going to be worth the price that he's going to cost. But I do think the card, it really isn't that bad for a power forward in this game. Evgeny Dadonov is the first interesting card that we're going to go over in this team of the week. He has Howitzer and Light the Lamp, and the Howitzer gives you speed, agility, then slapshot and wrist shot power. Well, that makes this card tenfold better because if you have Howitzer activated, he can get up to 91 speed and 90 acceleration if you have Distributor and Spark. The agility also gets that bump to 91, which actually makes his skating very good for an 86 overall. Then you're looking at shooting's 88 across the board, except for slapshot accuracy is only an 87. His hands are good at 88 plus. Seeking and his hand-eye are 90. His defense and checking categories are not great, but once again, he's a sniper, kind of like Cam Atkinson. You're not looking at Dadonov to play defense. You're getting him to score goals, and I think with the Howitzer and Light the Lamp, which also helps his shot as well, and his balance, which his balance is a little bit low compared to some of his other attributes offensively, I think that this is a very good card. I'm going to give him a thumbs up. I think he could be a decent budget card if you need Howitzer and Light the Lamp, and he fits into your team perfectly. This could be the guy for a low price. This is the card that I think is the best budget card out of all the cards for this team of the week. This Andre Palat. He has 1 point for Speedster, 1 point for Thief. He's 6 foot tall, left-handed shooting, 194 pounds. And the Speedster, you can get up to 91 speed. And then if you have Distributor on top of that, you get up to 94 speed with this card. That's very fast for an 84 overall with a shot that actually has a good wrist shot. 90 wrist shot power, 86 wrist shot accuracy with the Speedster activated. Even though his slap shot's not that great, he does have good agility at 89, and he has 87 acceleration. The Thief doesn't particularly help him because he's not a centerman, so his faceoffs are only 64, and it does give you the stick checking as well. They get up to 90 stick checking, but the hands are good. Another guy that you're looking more offensively towards, and I think this Palat's a really good card for the price you're going to have to pay for him. It's going to probably be about 5 to maybe 6K, maybe even less. This is a guy that I think you need to keep an eye out for if you're building a budget team. Carter Camper's another card that kind of sits in the same thing as that Andre Palat we just went over. He's a little bit smaller, 5'9", 173 pounds, and he is right-handed shooting, not left-handed shooting. But he has Speedster, which means he can get up to 93 speed at an 86 overall. He also has Shutdown, which gives you the slap shot accuracy, puck control, body checking, and shot blocking. Yes, he doesn't have the best hands. He doesn't have the best shooting, but he does have a very hard shot. 93 slap shot power, 92 wrist shot power, with his accuracies in the upper 80s. I mean, that's more than a good enough shot. With the Speedster, as you already seen, his wrist shot power gets up to 96. He can get to 90 speed plus Distributor 93. He has 86 acceleration, 93 agility, so a great agility number. You don't need anything like Swarm to upgrade his agility. And really, if you do have Spark and Distributor, he could fit in there perfectly if you need to activate like Shutdown and Speedster. This is a guy I'd really look out for. Another guy that's, I think, going to be a budget card just because he doesn't have the big name. He doesn't play in NHL. He plays in the Swedish Hockey League. So I think you might be able to get him at a very good price. Another guy I'm giving a big thumbs up to. The only defenseman we're going over is going to be Drew Doughty. The other 5 are just too slow of skaters that don't have good enough synergies to make up for their poor skating. And we're really only going over Doughty because this is the first time he gets up to that 87 speed threshold in one of his cards for Team of the Week. I think it's like his 3rd Team of the Week card. He has 87 speed, 87 acceleration, 90 agility, 93 endurance. His shot still isn't that great. It's pretty inaccurate. He only has 90 slap shot power. So that's not too impressive, but he does have great passing at this point with all the upgrades he has had. 93 passing, 92 puck control, he has 85 hand-eye, 90 offensive awareness, 87 deking. His checking category has always been relatively good for each of his upgrades, but this time it's 92 defensive awareness, 90 shot blocking, 91 stick checking. I can get down with that. His body checking's in the mid-80s, finally at 84, 87 strength. This Doughty, though, I still think is going to be a little bit pricey because his name is Drew Doughty. He has Wingman, which will give you the acceleration, wrist shot accuracy, and passing bump. The Shutdown gives you slap shot accuracy, body checking, shot blocking, and puck control, as I mentioned in some of the other guys. I think this Doughty, I'm going to give him a thumbs up if his price can stay under 100K. If he gets up over 100K or even close to 100K, I don't think he's worth that price. But this is probably the best card he has out so far, other than his franchise great that was a 90 overall. I mean, obviously that one's better than this, but that card is relatively equivalent to this one, is just with better synergies. That's going to wrap up the review of this Team of the Week. We went over, I believe, 9 cards total. Point, O'Reilly, Atkinson, Tkachuk, Palat, Dadonov, Camper, and then obviously Doughty. The other guys we didn't go over, the biggest reason I didn't go over them is they just skate too slow. Even the O'Reilly and the Tkachuk probably skate a little bit too slow. But I want to go over some of the upper end cards so you guys know, like, I should probably avoid this guy. He's too slow, especially the Ryan O'Reilly, just way too slow of a skater. The Dustin Brown is another guy that has 88 overall, and he's also very slow, as you can see. So I hope that helped you guys out to kind of determine which guys are worth picking up, which guys aren't. If you can get a guy that's 87 or below, and you get him for like 30K, and he fits perfectly in your team, and he has really good speed, that's what you're looking for budget type of cards. And I think that the Atkinson will be one. I definitely think the Palat will be one. And Camper will probably be one as well. I think Camper and Palat are 2 of the best Team of the Week cards they've come out with that aren't high-end cards. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this Team of the Week. As always, I appreciate all the support that you guys give me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with any of your friends that play NHL 21. You guys have a great day and be safe.